Today's fly is another panfish fly, and this one is one that I've worked on for a couple years to get the way I wanted it. And it's called the Panfish Thing. It looks close enough to a dragonfly nymph or a damsel nymph to be representative, and the reason I came up with this one is this is one that once the weeds in the lake come up, you can use it because it's weedless, but I've made the weed guard kind of the way I like it. I've done some experimentation on it. So we'll get into tying that in a second. If you stick with me to the end of the video, I have information on my channel. I have other fly tying series on warm water patterns. I have steelhead flies and salmon flies. I have trout flies, even some pike stuff. So there's all kinds of fly tying, and there's also some fly fishing content that I think you'll enjoy for smallmouths and trout. So as always, thanks for watching. Today's fly is kind of one that I worked on for a couple of seasons, and this one, I call it the Panfish Thing. And it's reminiscent enough of like a dragonfly nymph or aquatic insects. It's a little bit smaller, it's weighted, and what's different about this one is I've weed proofed it. And the idea is that once the weeds grow up in the lake, you can run this through the weeds on an indicator rig and it won't get hung up, but it's light enough that you're still going to hook the fish. So here's how we make it. Okay, so starting off, we got a stinger hook, and believe it or not, this is actually, it says it's a size 6, and it's a Gamakatsu size 6 stinger. So we've got a bead on this. Going to add a little bit of lead-free wire and go wrap around to hold that bead in place. So the whole idea is this one's got enough weight that if you're pulling it in through the weeds, it's gonna punch down in between them and not get hung up, hopefully. I find these little jeweler's pliers pretty handy. So get our thread going. And I want to pinch that down a little bit better. So I'm going to use squirrel tail for the tail, and this one I'm going to use the stuff off the base, which we usually don't use, but it's plenty long enough for this. Get a chunk of that. Squirrels are interesting. We have a bird feeder on our deck, and it always ends up getting squirrels. But the French bulldog thinks chasing squirrels out of the feeder is the greatest fun. It all works out for everybody. And the squirrels don't seem to mind. So just get kind of a short tail. Body is just an olive cactus chenille. Get that started. Okay, so we got our cactus chenille in. Just wind that in. Tie it off. That trimmed. And lay down a layer of thread up here at the head of the fly. So next thing, we got silly legs, got some barred chartreuse and black. Get 4 of those. I'll put 4 of them on each side. Just bring it over. I'll clip those off. And if you do it right, you can save up the batch for the next fly. So we also need our weed proof guy. So this I'm going to leave a little bit long, and that's going to go in here like that. And we can clip that off later. And we're going to make a collar with, I got an olive and black barred ostrich herl. Just going to cover all that stuff up, make it look nice. And you can, for this part right here, just take a little brush on super glue so it's going to hold that silly legs in and the weed guard in, and it keeps it all a little bit more durable. So from there, just bring in our ostrich herl. And the other thing that's going to do is it's going to make the ostrich herl more durable. And I'll get one more if we can. So we're going to whip finish. And I'm going to come back in with that super glue. Give that a quick brush. And pull it tight. And that's going to hold it. Trim the thread. And trim our mono so it's just a little bit longer than the hook eye, and you can adjust it. So there it is. The weed's going to brush over it, but if a fish hits it, bends easy enough to come back and hook it, and that's the fly.